Okay, so I've been in Vietnam for almost 6 months now, and I wanted to make a video about how I got my TRC here, which is a temporary resident card. Now, I'll begin saying that this process is going to be different depending on when you watch this, because it changes all the time. And even since I got mine, I know people that have had a completely different experience. A couple weeks before mine, people had different experience as well. So I guess the most important thing to know is that this changes all the time, and this information might be useful at least, but it's very doubtful that your situation will be the exact same as mine. I also want to say that I'm American, so it changes depending on where you're coming from as well. I know if you're coming from an English-speaking country, you can probably take a similar path as I took, but if you're not, then it's going to be different, so this video might not be for you. So a couple things you will need to have to do this approach is have a bachelor's degree and get a TEFL certificate, which is teaching English as a foreign language. I got that through Ninja Teacher, and I'll post a link down below if you're interested in checking them out. I've done a couple of videos with Alex from Ninja Teacher as well, so maybe I'll post one of them up there. So that's where I got my TEFL certificate. When you come to Vietnam, as of now, as of May 2023, they still are only doing 30-day tourist visas. That's what you'll have to use to get here. I know before COVID they had 3 months visas, and there's always talk about those coming back, but as far as I know they haven't yet, but they probably will eventually. Who knows? Once you're in Vietnam with your tourist visa, you can actually start applying for jobs. I'm not going to say exactly where I'm working, but I actually am working part-time as an English teacher. It depends on where you're working, how many hours you're going to end up working, but you can actually get a TRC working only a few hours a week if you really wanted to. And this works for me because I do a lot of other work just online and things as well. So if you have your bachelor's degree and your TEFL and you apply to these jobs and you get interviewed, and hopefully you get one of these jobs, a lot of times they will help set up the process of getting your business visa and then finally your TRC. It does seem kind of convoluted, but this is just my experience. So in order to get my business visa, I actually had to leave the country and come back. So I went to Bangkok, and originally it was going to be a one-day thing where they said you go in the morning to the Vietnamese embassy, and then in the afternoon you can pick up your business visa and you're done. Shortly before I left, they're like, oh no, it's gonna be 3 to 5 days, it could be 6 to 10 days. So I had to really change my plans. Fortunately, I was able to go in on a Monday morning and pick it up Wednesday evening, so it was just a little over 2 days. This has not been the same experience. I had a friend, he was in Bangkok for 18 days waiting for his, after I got mine in just 2 days. So this can fluctuate. Expect things to go wrong, I guess, and expect things just to constantly change. Even like leading up to it, I would just anticipate that it might just change the next day. You never know. Once I got my business visa, I was able to come back to Vietnam, and my job was able to work the business visa into the TRC, which I have now. So I'm not going to show you too much on there because it's got some sensitive information. I'll show you my great picture though. Yeah, look at that. Looks just like me, right? It's not the greatest picture, but you know. So this is a 2-year TRC, meaning I don't have to leave the country every 30 days, which really is quite annoying, and I didn't realize how annoying it would be. It's really not that long of a time to have to do a border run, or you know, I did one to Cambodia and then to Bangkok a handful of times. It adds up, and it's more expensive because you got to apply for another tourist visa for 30 days. People do this, but I realized after like 2 or 3 times, I'm like, I couldn't keep working this way. So this way I can stay in the country and I work just a couple hours a week, and I could pick up more hours, and I probably will in the near future. But yeah, so far it's worked really well, and I really enjoy it. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them as a comment below. I'll be doing some more videos actually exploring Vietnam in the near future and talking about other things. If there's anything else you want to know about or I should make a video about, let me know as well. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.